Hello students, myself Pallavi Borade, teacher at Ferguson Junior College, Pune. I teach vocational electronics paper 1. So in the previous lecture, we have already started our chapter number 3, that is transducer. In the last lecture, we have seen these topics. So the first topic is instrumentation system. Then selection of transducer. In that, we can select different types of transducer. Then we have seen the classification of transducer. In that, we have seen the active and passive transducer, which are based on electric transducer, and principle based transducer, that is resistance, capacitance, and inductance transducer. After that, we have seen the working of different types of transducer, the detailed working. Then in that, we have seen thermistor explanation, then piezoelectric pickup, then we have seen LVDT and LDR transducer. So in this lecture, we are going to start with the optocoupler, gas sensor, these types of transducer. So let's start with the presentation. So the types of transducer, which is light transducer, it is optocoupler. So this is the type of light transducer where light energy is converted into the electric energy. So the first diagram is the symbol of the optocoupler, where LED and photodiodes are used. This is basically a slotted type of optocoupler where slot is given. This is the circuit diagram of optocoupler. Basically, it is used in experiments. In that, two resistors are used, R1 and R2, at the input and output side, and V1 and V2 voltmeters are used to measure the voltage variation across the optocoupler. So basically, at the input side, we have LED, that is light emitting diode, and that light emitting diode emits the light on the photodiode, and the output, which is variation across the photodiode. So let's see the working. So in optocoupler, a LED and photodetector combined in a single package, and a LED is on the input side and the photodiode is at the output side. So whenever source voltage V1 and series resistance R1 produce a current through that LED, so that's why R1 and V1s are used at the input side, and the light from LED, that is light emitting diode, falls on the photodiode and it sets up the reverse current I2 from that photodiode, and voltage variations are coming across that photodiode. So hence we will get V out at photodiode. So the output voltage depends on the reverse current of I2, because by using Ohm's law, V2 minus I2 R2 is equal to V out. So if V1 is varying, the amount of light is fluctuating, therefore the output voltage changes according to the input voltage. So the output of photodiode is depend on the light variation of LED. If light variation is there in the LED, then we will get the variation in the output voltage. So input signal is coupled to the output circuits. That's why this device is called as optocoupler, or it is also called as optically coupled isolator, because this circuit is used for isolation between two circuits. Applications of optocoupler, so it provides electric isolation between the input and output circuits. So if we want to isolate two circuits, we can use this optocoupler between input and output circuits. It is also used in measurement of RPM of motor, that is rotation per minutes of motors. We can use this optocoupler in AC motors also. It is also used in object counter. So basically this optocoupler is used for optical instruments. Next type of transducer is capacitive transducer. So this is the diagram of capacitive transducer. Here capacitance is the main part of this transducer. If you observe this picture, we have static plates, diaphragm, that is deflected plate, and we have dielectric between static plate and diaphragm, and some rare cavity is there also. So capacitive transducer is basically passive type of transducer. It is used in pressure and displacement transducer. So the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is given by C is equal to Ka epsilon 0 divided by T. So basically this is the equation of capacitance between two plates. So where A is the area of each plate, D is the distance between two plates, epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space, and K is the dielectric constant. So when we calculate the capacitance between two plates, we can use this equation. The capacitance is inversely proportional to distance between plates, that is D. So any changes in D causes a corresponding change in the capacitance, and this is the principle of capacitive transducer. So the distance between two plates varies with the pressure which is applied to the static plate and diaphragm. So the diaphragm acts as one plate of a capacitor. A force is applied to that diaphragm, changes the distance between the diaphragm and the static plate. So here are the advantage of capacitive transducer. So basically they are extremely sensitive. The frequency response is excellent. The input impedance is high, therefore loading effect is minimum. Input impedance means input resistance is very high. That's why there is no loading effect. Both static and dynamic phenomena can be measured. Application of this transducer. So these are applications. Linear and angular displacement can be measured by using this transducer. Force and pressure measurement, it can be used in force measurement also, and it is used in pressure measurement also. Can be used for humidity in gases. So the next transducer is basically a capacitive transducer. This is the application of capacitive transducer, that is capacitor microphone. So it is also called as mic. So this is the structure of capacitor microphone, where front plate, that is the diaphragm, is used. Then there is one back plate is there. One battery is connected inside that mic with the resistor. So basically it is a sound transducer where sound energy is converted into the electric energy with the help of this transducer. So sound transducer converts sound energy into the electric energy, and it is similar to capacitive transducer. So it consists of a fixed plate and diaphragm, and the diaphragm is basically a movable plate. The diaphragm is actuated by the changing pressure of sound waves striking it. So basically sound waves are struck on the diaphragm. It will move that diaphragm and it will change the distance between the static plate and the diaphragm, and it will give the capacitance. So this causes the diaphragm to change its position in relation to waves striking the fixed plate. Therefore, the capacitance between the diaphragm and the plate changes, and the corresponding voltage drop is produced across a resistor connected in series with the microphone. So whenever the diaphragm changes the position, it will change the capacitance between static plate and front plate, and it will give the corresponding voltage variation across that resistance, and we will get the electric signal as an output of this microphone. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of capacitor microphone. The advantages are it has excellent frequency response and it has low distortion also. There are two disadvantages, that is the output level is extremely low and high gain amplifier is always required to amplify the electric signal. So here are the types of microphone. There are two types of microphones are available. The first one is dynamic microphone, and this is the picture of dynamic microphone. And the second one is condenser microphone. The next transducer is moving coil loudspeaker. So basically this transducer is a type of electric energy is converted into the sound energy. So basically loudspeakers are used in combined with the capacitor microphone. So this is the picture of moving coil loudspeaker. Here if you observe the diagram, we have soft iron pole plates, then tabular permanent magnet, then we have coils, voice coil it is called, then soft iron core is there, then flexible leads are there, and we have paper cone to convert the sound energy. So this is the construction of loudspeaker. If you observe this diagram, we have voice coil, then after that voice coil one magnet is connected at the top plate, then after that spider is connected, one former is there, and after that, after cone we have dust cap is also there around that paper cone. So if you observe the second diagram, this is the actual picture of loudspeaker which is used in instruments. So let's start with the working. So loudspeakers changes the electrical impulses from the amplifier into the mechanical movement of the speaker cone to produce a sound output. So basically this type of transducers are used to convert sound energy which are coming from the microphone, and those electric energy which is converted into the sound energy, and that sound energy is connected to the amplifier. So this loudspeaker consists of the voice coil, the former, spider, magnet, and the cone. Basically it is a diaphragm and the dust cap. So when there is a current through this coil, a magnetic field is set up inside the coil, causing the voice coil and the speaker come to move in or out. So basically when sound energy is coming to that voice coil, that's why this coil is called as voice coil. The magnetic field is generated to that voice coil and it will generate some vibrations, and those vibrations are coming to that cone, and that cone is made up of paper. That's why that paper cone moves either in or out. So if you apply AC to that coil, the cone reproduces sound as it moves the surrounding air back and forth, and we will get the sound energy. And the spider allows motion in forward and backward direction only. So these type of transducer does not require any external source of power. So that's why this is active transducer. So magnet is the powerhouse of this loudspeaker. Whatever power requirement is there, it is generated through that magnets, and therefore it is active transducer. Next transducer is gas sensor. So this is the internal diagram of gas sensor, where these sensors are used to detect the gas in the air. So if you observe this picture, it is in clean air. So let's start with the working. Gas sensors are used to sense the presence of gas. So the gas sensor consists of analysis chamber and measuring section, in which measuring quantity is transformed to an electric signal. So whenever these gas sensors are placed in the gas, when it is in clean air, there is no movement in the measuring instruments. But when it is placed in the gas, if it is carbon monoxide, then they will act as a gas sensor and it will give some variation in the measurement. So hence that's why these gas sensors are used to detect the different types of gas. Basically it is used in chemical factories. So this is the thermal conductivity gas sensor, that is the one of the type of gas sensor. So when these gas sensors are used in the Wheatstone bridge, and one reference gas is connected and one sample gas is connected as the gas sensor, and this it is in Wheatstone bridge. So whenever R3 is compared with the reference gas, and that will balance the condition, that is R1 divided by R2 is equal to R3 divided by R4. So whenever sample gas is there, it will compared with reference gas and that will balance the condition. So hence we can use this Wheatstone bridge in the thermal conductivity gas sensor. So this is the type of gas sensor in the chemical factory. Till now we have completed our chapter number 3, that is transducer. In that we have seen different types of transducer, then explanation of transducer. So let's discuss the HSC board questions which are related to transducer chapter. Basically it has 10% weightage. So the first question is, explain the major element of an instrumentation system. It is asked for 3 marks. So in this question you can explain the input device, that is signal conditioning circuit, and output device. So these are the 3 major elements of an instrumentation system. First of all, you have to draw the diagram of instrumentation system. The diagram is assigned for 1 mark and 2 marks are assigned for explanation. Next question, define transducer. Explain active and passive transducer. Give examples. Again it is asked for 3 marks. So here you have to write down the transducer definition. Then you have to explain the active transducer definition and passive transducer definition, and you have to give some example of active and passive transducer each. So it will combine with 3 marks. The third question is compare active and passive transducer. So this question is asked for 3 marks. So you have to write down at least 6 points in the comparison. You can write down that they are self-generating, passive transducer are not. You can write down the power supplement requirement. So in this way you can explain this answer. Then which factors should be considered while selecting transducer? So there are 8 to 7 factors are there when we consider the transducer. So this is for 3 marks. That's why you have to write down at least 6 points. The next question is state the characteristics required for a transducer. Again, there are 8 characteristics are available. So you can write down any 6 of these characteristics required for a transducer. That is low cost, then small size, weight, in this way. Next question is state the types of following transducer: temperature, pressure, light, gas flow, and displacement, that is sound. So this question is asked for 4 marks. So here in this question you can write down the temperature, pressure, light, gas flow, and displacement transducer examples. Then you can explain each transducer in 1 line for 4 marks. Next question is write working principle of following transducer. So as I told you, you can explain the principle of operation for each transducer. You can explain the thermistor principle, that is it is used in temperature measurement where thermal energy is converted into the electric energy. The B is optocoupler, in that light energy is converted into the electric energy. You can explain optocoupler in BAF. Then third one is piezoelectric pickup. In that also you can explain the pressure measurement where pressure energy which is applied to that crystal, it is converted into the electric energy. And the D is LDR, that is light dependent resistance. So in that also you can explain the light energy into the electric energy where resistance is depend on the light. So for 4 marks you have to explain this question in brief. Next question is draw and explain resistance temperature characteristics of thermistor. So in this question is asked for 3 marks. So 1 mark is assigned for that characteristics diagram. You have to draw that NTC and PTC characteristics of thermistor, and you have to write down the explanation how negative temperature coefficient is observed in the thermistor and how positive temperature coefficient of thermistor is observed on that graph. Then you can explain the types of thermistor in this question for 3 marks. Next is explain the working of thermistor. Again it is asked for 3 marks. So 1 mark is assigned for the symbol. So first of all you have to draw the symbol of thermistor, then explain the thermistor. What do you mean by thermistor? It is thermally sensitive resistor. Then you have to explain the working of thermistor. NTC and PTC type of thermistors are working. In that you can explain if temperature is increased, then resistance is increased in the PTC type. In the NTC type, you can explain the temperature is increasing, resistance is decreasing. So in this way, you can explain this question for 3 marks. Next question is state the application of thermistor. Explain any one. Again, it is asked for 3 marks. So you can explain any one application. First of all, you have to state the application of thermistor, and in the explanation, you can explain the thermal conductivity of thermistor for the explanation, and it is assigned for 1 mark. Next question is write a note on LDR for 3 marks. So first of all, you have to explain what do you mean by LDR, that is light dependent resistance, the working of LDR, the symbol of LDR. Then you can explain the cases, that is dark condition and light condition, how this resistance is depend on the light. So in this way you can write down the note on LDR for 3 marks. Next question is explain working of photorelay circuit using LDR for 3 marks. So in the practicals also we have this circuit, photorelay circuit, by using LDR. In that practical circuit we have driven the electromagnetic relay by using LDR. So you can draw that circuit diagram in this exam, in this question for 1 mark, and 2 marks are assigned for the explanation of that circuit. So it is basically depend on the experiment. So you can explain in that way. Then write a note on optocoupler. Again it is asked for 3 marks. In that also you can explain the package of LED and photodiode. So you have to write down the note. That's why you have to at least explain 8 to 10 points for 3 marks. You can draw the symbol of optocoupler. You can explain the circuit diagram of optocoupler, how this optocoupler is working. Then explain the working of capacitive transducer for 3 marks. In this, 1 mark is assigned for the diagram of capacitive transducer. First of all, you have to explain the capacitance equation that we have seen, that is C is equal to Ka epsilon 0 divided by T. So in this question, you can explain the working of capacitive transducer, how the distance is measured between the two plates. So in this way, you can explain this question. Then explain the working of pressure transducer with neat figure. So any type of pressure transducer you can explain in this question for 3 marks. So here figure is asked, so 1 mark is assigned for that pressure transducer. You can explain piezoelectric pickup. Then sound transducer also you can explain in this question. Next question is explain the working of LVDT as a transducer with the help of diagram. State its applications or limitations for 4 marks. So now this question is asked for 4 marks. So first of all, you have to explain what do you mean by LVDT. You have to draw the diagram of LVDT. You can draw the internal diagram also, like primary and 2 secondary coils. Then how this transducer is used for displacement. Then you have to explain the working of LVDT, that core position, if it is at the center, if it is left side, or if it is at right side. In this way you can explain the working, and you have to state the applications or limitations. So you can write down either applications or limitations of this LVDT. Next is explain the working of piezoelectric transducer for 3 marks. Again, 1 mark is assigned for the diagram and 2 marks are assigned for the working. So pressure is converted into the electric energy with the help of piezoelectric effect. You can write down the crystal name also. Next question is explain the working of loudspeaker. So here you have to draw the diagram of loudspeaker for 1 mark, and 2 marks are assigned for the explanation of loudspeaker working. Next is explain the construction and working of condenser microphone. It is asked for 3 marks. So basically condenser microphones are capacitor microphone. So this is the another name of capacitor microphone. So here also you have to explain the capacitor microphone detailed explanation for 3 marks. 1 mark is assigned for diagram. So first of all you have to draw the diagram of capacitive microphone, and then you can explain the construction as well as the working for remaining 2 marks. Next question is what are the types of gas sensors? Explain any one type of gas sensor and state its uses for 4 marks. So here 4 marks are assigned. First of all, you have to write down the types of gas sensor. Then you have to explain any one type of gas sensor. So we have studied the type of gas sensor as thermal conductivity gas sensor. By using that Wheatstone bridge, you can explain the thermal conductivity gas sensor. It is assigned for 1 mark, and you have to write down the use of that thermal conductivity gas sensor. So this question is asked for 4 marks. So you have to write down these questions and sub questions in that way. So till now we have discussed HSC board questions. So now we will see the board MCQs. So the first MCQ is the active transducer is a dash, and the options are self-generating type, externally powered device, both A and B, and none of the above. The answer of this question is the active transducer is a self-generating type. So you can write down this answer. Second MCQ is the semiconductor diode is used as. So it is based on the semiconductor diode theory. So the options are temperature, pressure, displacement, photo transducer. So the answer of this question is the semiconductor diode is used as temperature transducer. Third MCQ, that is LVDT is dash transducer. So you can write down LVDT is a type of active transducer. Fourth MCQ is loudspeaker is a dash type of transducer. Again you can write down this loudspeaker is a type of capacitive transducer or pressure type of transducer. Next, fifth one, the secondaries in LVDT have equal number of turns but they are connected in dash. Options are parallel, series assistance, C, series opposition, and none of these. So the answer of this MCQ is the secondaries in LVDT have equal number of turns, but they are connected in C option, that is series opposition. Next, optocoupler is used to dash. Options are couple the input and output circuits, match impedance of input and output. Third is disconnect input and output circuits. Fourth one is none of these. So it is based on the application of optocoupler. So the optocoupler is used to couple the input and output circuit. As we can see, the application of optocoupler is to isolate two circuits. So that's why this optocoupler is used to couple the input and output separate circuits. That's why the answer is A. Next, capacitive transducer is dash transducer. So you can write down here microphone. Next is while sensing linear displacement, a capacitor transducer makes use of. Options are change in the distance between plates. B option is variation in the coverage area of the plates. C option is change in relative permittivity. So the answer of this question is change in the distance between plates, because it depends on the working of capacitor transducer. Next MCQ is in capacitive transducer, capacitance varied by changing. Again, the answer is same. It is change distance between two plates. That's why the 8th one and 9th one MCQs are same. Next MCQ is a microphone is classified as and dash transducer. So the answer of this MCQ is a microphone is classified as an capacitive transducer. As you know, this type of transducer is capacitive transducer. So students, in this today's lecture, we have seen the remaining part of transducer chapter and we have completed the discussion of this chapter. So in the today's lecture, we have studied the optocoupler, the detailed explanation of optocoupler. Then we have studied capacitive transducer, how this capacitive transducer is work. Then capacitive microphone. So this is the type of capacitor transducer. Then we have seen the loudspeaker, that is moving coil loudspeaker. It is a special type of transducer where sound energy is converted into the electric energy. So then after that, gas sensor is there. So we have seen the detailed explanation of gas sensor, then type of gas sensor, that is thermal conductivity of gas sensor. Then we have discussed the board questions which are coming from the transducer chapter. So it has 10% weightage. That's why we have seen 20 questions of this transducer chapter. Thank you.